I've never had the opportunity to go from primal down.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
From whole animal cut, why sirloin?
I like the variety of the different tissues and muscles in that.
Okay.
I like something that the marinade will really penetrate,
Okay.
and then cook it up quick and have it be super tender and juicy.
No, I love sirloins. I think they're a cheaper version of the New York, basically. Tastes great, half the price. Okay, so do you want to par freeze some of this really quick here?
Sure.
And then we'll slice it up.
I'm gonna do a Korean bulgogi marinade on the sirloin overnight. Make a fresh batch of dashi. Turn that into a nice chicken dashi gravy. Get some something pickled and kind of light on there to mix it up. Maybe a little nori powder, and just take your guys' super delicious fat taro fries and yeah, load it up. It's kind of a traditional Korean dish, this like gochujang braise with the rice cakes. Sometimes it's over like ramen noodles.
Yeah.
My favorite way to do it is over rice.
Okay.
I can't handle too much heat. I need a little side of rice.
I'm with you there. So what's the other dish? Oxtail, braised oxtail?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a nice slow braised oxtail, get all the meat off the bone, separate the broth, and then on the pickup it's sauteed onion, ginger garlic, soy dashi, and a bunch of that braising liquid to thicken it up with homemade stone pot sauce, gochujang, kind of a sweeter gochujang sauce. With the weather kind of getting a little bit colder, I start thinking about fall food, and that is just like a warm you to the core, spicy, make you sweat a little bit.
That's what this guy likes. Well, you guys use a lot of the stuff at Cafe Dolce. I think you were my favorite customer when we were doing wholesale.
Kind of like, I'll take whatever you got, I'll make it work.
No one else did that. Everyone else was like, I need 200 pounds of this. And I was like, I don't have 200 pounds of this.
Do you have skirt steak? Nope. Okay, whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah, no, that was nice to work with you. And it was like, what do you got this week? I was like, we got all this. You're like, cool.
Duck prosciutto, let's do it.
Yeah. How long has it been since you've been working in a kitchen? 3?
Almost 4 years now.
Almost
yeah.
4? Dang. We miss Cafe Dolce.
When I was going to school at I read Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential, and that book really inspired me to learn about restaurants and get some experience. I finished my semester at school, moved back home, and started working full time. I moved to Portland, Oregon to go to culinary school. I did not end up finishing school. I thought it was going to be preparing me for the real world, but it felt a lot more like a classroom. And when I realized that I would still be getting an entry-level job after school, I decided to save my money and start working as soon as I could. I think it was a lot of unknowns for me. I didn't grow up cooking, didn't have any experience really. It just seemed like a whole world that I was kind of hiding in plain sight that I wasn't aware of. I was planning on doing it for the long haul. Yeah, I took it really seriously. I was young and single, and I didn't have other stuff going on in my life to keep me away, so I pretty much devoted everything I had to cooking. After that, I moved back home to Montana. Took a lot of the stuff I learned in Portland, translated it to Missoula. And then I met my wife at Dolce. She had just graduated from college, and we decided to get out of Dodge and go move somewhere new. Yeah, we moved down to San Francisco in 2013. Got to work in a wide variety of really cool restaurants and bakeries. I had the luxury of being able to dine out at a few places when we first moved down there to try and get an idea of the food scene, and fell in love with this Korean restaurant where we had probably the best meal of my life to that point, and ended up chatting with one of the servers and went back in the kitchen and talked to the chef, and I think 2 or 3 days later I was staging in the kitchen. It was new ingredients, new techniques. One of the things I loved about that restaurant was the open kitchen and being able to see the food as it's prepared for you. I really fell in love with the lively atmosphere of a restaurant and the back and forth between the diners and the kitchen. My wife and I decided that we wanted to settle down a little bit and think about a family. We both have family here in Montana, so we wanted to be close to family. I took over as the executive at Cafe Dolce when we moved back in 2020. That was my first ever executive position, first time ever being in charge of a kitchen, which is a whole host of challenges I had never really planned or prepared for. A lot less cooking, a lot more managing. You know, it's not the fun part. Also, we were trying to save a failing restaurant during a pandemic. That was a hard time for everybody. Between me trying to revamp the menu and bring new dishes and new inspiration and all the restrictions with COVID, it kind of felt like people weren't ever gonna be happy with the product, unfortunately. I don't have a ton of love for fine dining anymore. My heart is more in something that is a place you can go a couple times a week that's more affordable and more sustainable. I'd say I'm a private chef for a really, really picky customer, my 3-year-old daughter. It's really changed the way I think about food. I feel like I'm really lucky that I get to cook and prepare meals for my wife and my daughter on a regular basis, so I take pride in that.